Welcome back to our incredible Stonehouse build in northern Portugal. Having spent the last 10 months watching this epic build rise out of the ground, we've come to really appreciate the incredible craftsmen that we have building our home. We're doing our best to tell the story.
It really is completely incredible. And it's all thanks to having people like Marcus on board.
But today, we pass the mic to the lead stonemason on our project and hear from him what it means to create such incredible beauty with stone.
Mas gosto de trabalhar na terra.
It's also a chance for John to get back to an ongoing project, laying granite paths around our farm and connecting the new with the old. And as he does that, Marcus brings his skill inside the house for what is probably going to be one of our favourite parts of our home.
Good morning, everybody. We're back on site this morning and things are continuing to move at pace.
You see Marcus right there, finishing off that top row of stones.
But they're kind of taking on a slightly different pace. Marcus, the genius man that he is, has been using some of these smaller stones to start building our first interior stone wall that's actually inside the house. And I'll take you around to see it in just a second because it looks incredible. But the guys upstairs are working on putting in the insulation and the brickwork in the upstairs bedroom, which they finished the stone of the exterior of yesterday, except for I think maybe 2 gaps where there's stones left over, or there's stones needed just to finish it. Then they'll be able to put the cornicing on, and then they can probably start working on that roof, which is the beautiful vaulted exposed beams roof, which will be lovely to watch come to life. So they've just had a chat upstairs. They were doing loads of measurements about door openings and angles and things like that, and that's all sorted. We've got little piles of rocks in various places around the build site. There's some on the veranda, but if you look down below the build onto the driveway where all the stones have been laid out, it's completely empty apart from a few little stones. We also had Joao the other day helping us move a whole bunch of those smaller stones to put down here. If you can just see over there where that path goes from this house all the way around in front of the Hubbard house and down to the lawn. John hasn't managed to finish that path yet because we haven't had any new stone delivered, but all of these cut-offs from Marcus are perfect. So that's what John's going to use, and probably next time you tune in, that's what he'll be doing, is fixing that path. Let's go watch the man himself doing his magic in what will be the arched window in our kitchen and will be framed by some of Marcus's incredible stonework. I am so excited about this.
Going super fast.
Looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've got our sister, my twin sister is over at the moment. As everybody knows, she's been on her way.
Yeah, on her way for you guys for months. For us, it was just a few weeks.
For a couple of weeks, yeah. I came down this morning, I looked at it, I was like, oh, crikey, Marcus is starting off on this wonderful project here. I would quite like to be involved in that myself, sticking some blocks on top of each other and having a good look at it. Marcus seems very much like he's in the flow of things at the moment. So, number one, I kind of don't want to interrupt that. And number two, I have to go to a water park down these tubes and slides and get very wet and feed my kids all sorts of poison and have a wonderful, great day instead of putting blocks on top of each other. So, that's
all
what we're going
about compromise, isn't it?
Yeah. Later on, though, I will be coming home. Probably tomorrow now, and I'll be building that path around the whole house.
Lie awake in the morning with a light upon her skin. Coffee cup before the day begins. Stay a while, we'll slow it all the way back down. Time is still and there's nowhere to be.
Really early start today of what is likely to be a super busy day. They all are really busy days. Before we get started though, I wanted to share with you a little story from a while back, from when we first got here on the farm. We were minding our own business, and then suddenly one day somebody just turned up, wandered into the farm and said, "Hey, you guys are the newbies." And I was quite surprised to see them. I thought I should know them, but it turns out that they had found our location frustrating, especially when you've got two kids that are really small. It was then that we decided we needed to up our game, up our level of security. Coincidentally, and very luckily, Reolink had got in touch with us pretty much the week before and offered us some security cameras. That's probably around about 4 years ago now. Since then, Reolink have been innovating all of their cameras, and they've just got better and better. Until, of course, the most recent camera that they've released, which is the one that we're looking at right now, the Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi. We're using it as a security light more than anything else. It lights up the entire courtyard. It's absolutely fantastic, in fact, but also, of course, as you'd expect from Reolink, does a jolly good job of providing you with that 4K experience. Nighttime, daytime, I'm able to see full coverage of 180 degrees across the courtyard. The Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi camera is just one of a series of cameras that we've got dotted all around the farm. From the Argus PT to the Altus Pro, they're all over. That's so cool. Which also means that when I go traveling abroad to Zimbabwe, I'm able to sit in Zimbabwe and watch what's going on all around my farm whilst I'm away using the handy Reolink app. So nowadays we're using the Reolink's ecosystem and home hub around our farm to keep an eye on what exactly is going on. It's also making us feel a lot more secure, just in case somebody does want to wander down that road like they did at the very beginning of our journey with Reolink. So if you're worried about security, or if you're in the market for a fantastic security system, look no further than Reolink. They are our personal go-to and our absolute favourites. They got us out of a tricky position back in the day, and since then we've been relying on them to keep our home and our family safe. Remember, click on the link in the description below to go through to Reolink's website. So they've got a whole range of cameras. Something there is bound to catch your eye, and just by clicking on that link you're going to help support our channel. Right, let's go see what Tara's up to.
Good morning, everybody. We're back on site. We survived the water park. We're actually super lucky to have Northern Portugal's biggest water park about 15 minutes from us. Now, it's not my favourite place on the planet, but it is the children's favourite place on the planet, and they have an absolute ball. So it was super fun to see them, and Crusoe went on some bigger slides, and everyone had a really good time. So that was awesome, and it's what summer is all about, isn't it? Anyway, we came back to see Marcus has done so much of this wall, I can't even tell you. So let me spin you around so that you can get an idea of where he's at, and I'll catch you up on everything that's going on the build, and then we'll go down and have a look at what John's getting up to. So have a look at this. Doesn't that look incredible? Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. I am so impressed. So if you imagine it, it's going to have that beautiful arched window in here, and then all of this beautiful exposed stone at the front wall of our kitchen. Very special. He's an absolute genius, this man. Right, let's wander you upstairs and go and see what's going on, because the guys are super busy up here as well. Oh gosh, there's scaffolding and everything. I've got to be a bit careful today. Make sure I don't get in the way. Oh, okay. So, in here... Hola, bom dia. Joao's busy with the block work in this room. I reckon they'll be done by the end of the week with this. It's going great guns. Have a look at that. And then we will have two rooms, basically. There you go, that's a better view.
but we'll have 2 rooms that will have all of their insulation, block work and stonework done. And this is pretty much ready for cornicing, and then the roof beams. And over here at the top of our staircase, Daniel's been putting in these internal walls with the fireproof bricks, because these are external walls. And that's also going really, really well. And flying up. Got cement that's poured here, another load of bricks. As I said yesterday, we're completely out of big stones now. We've just got that small little pile there, a couple under the olive tree, and then all these little pieces, which is kind of the star of the day, if you will. So Marcus is using some of those little pieces downstairs, as you know, to do that wall in the kitchen. But John has also taken a whole bunch of them across to in front of the little hobbit house, which is our kind of underground storeroom. John and Joao are working on that beautiful granite slab path that he's done all the way around the farm. There's just this last little section from those terracotta steps that he built a couple of months ago to just in front of the hobbit house that needs to be completed. And once that's completed, we've got a beautiful path that takes you all the way from the house down into the garden and onto the lawn. So it's great. I love that the guys are using these recycled cut-offs from the stones that Marcus has been working on, because we have been waiting for a delivery of these paving slabs for, I'd say it's nearly 2 months now. But for some reason, we've always said to Joaquin, if there's a chance that they can just come on the truck with the stone delivery, that would really, really help us out, because we wouldn't have to pay an extra delivery charge. For some reason, they've never come, and I think it's just too much of a logistical hassle to try and find them, and it's not a huge priority project. And actually, this makes so much more sense to just recycle, to use what's kind of been cut off and what's left behind. So yeah, genius work, and I know it's going to look super beautiful. They've already got started. The cement mixer is on. They're laying the first slabs. So let's wander down and go and see what they're up to. Hello, you lot.
Hello, my darling.
You're wasting absolutely no time this morning.
Yeah, straight to it today. We got a hot day on its way, so I wanted to get started as early as possible.
That's good thinking.
Yeah, I've been down on the lawn this morning as well.
Nice.
Doing some weeding and doing some gardening. Non-stop stuff. But the plan today is to try and carry this path on as far as we can to the steps, to bring it round and then down to the lawn. It's kind of one of the first routes from the new house that we're going to have down to the lawn area, and hopefully eventually an outside kitchen. That alongside the steps that we're going to build down the front of the house with Mario, but he's not here yet. That might be after the summer now. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
It does a little bit, yeah. So it's an old job that we started doing, I don't know how long ago. What will it have been? 2-3 years ago now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, this has been going on for ages.
So we're kind of carrying this project on, and the reason why we haven't carried it on any earlier is, well, 2 reasons. We were unsure exactly where those steps were going to go. Those steps we built, I think, probably 3 months ago now, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And the second reason is we just couldn't get any more of this stone. This stone here is stone that is left over from the build site. So it's not exactly the same as the rest of the path is, but it's a similar colour, and I think we'll get away with it.
Nice.
Yeah, that sun's bright. We're going to need some of those tiles for the floor.
Okay.
For the path. I used a few in the bathroom project.
I think we've only got small ones left after that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look anyway, see what we can find.
If you've been here a while, you'll know all about these little tiles. They get put into place all over the farm. We've got them tucked into pathways, chiseled into wooden beams, put into tiles in bathrooms and kitchens. It's a really nice way that we're sort of leaving our mark with touches of our travels. You know, we collect them whenever we go to places like Morocco and India, and now Portugal, obviously. So we like to just squeeze them in where we can. So let me see if I can find some. There we go. There we go, love.
What have you got?
Choice of 3.
Oh, nice. Good. Which one's your favourite?
The one closest to you. The blue and yellow one. But you know what you should do? Put your favourite in. See
No
what
way.
everybody says in the comments.
No way. No way I'm doing that.
My poor husband. You all can all be a little bit harsh sometimes, ladies.
Yeah. I'll do what I'm told until I'm not being filmed, and then I'll get ya. Good one there, isn't it? Look at that. That goes around that corner really nicely.
It also gets you halfway down the path with just one stone.
Yeah, I love it. I've been excited.
huge.
Yeah.
You know what I can't help thinking about when I'm watching Marcus doing this wall is, you know when you go and stay at an Airbnb, and we've done it a lot here in Portugal, where we've gone and stayed in beautiful stone houses when we've gone away for the weekend. And I've always looked at the stone, and to me it holds so much curiosity. You know, who built it? When was it built? Is it old? Is it new? You know, how did it come to be there? Like, what was the vision for it? And I'm so amazed to think that I will have a home which will have stone in it, that will have that kind of effect on people. You know, they'll walk in and they'll go, wow, look at that stone wall, look at this stone house. You know, how on earth was this created? How is this built? What's the story behind it? You know, are these new? Are they old? Where are they from? And I also just love that I'll know the story of those stones and of those walls and of this house. You know, I will look at that stone wall in my own home and I'll know where it came from. I will have watched it and created. Something so special about that. I just, like, I don't know. I definitely keep having to pinch myself that this is all real and this is ours, and that it's going to be as magnificent as it is, because it's just mind-blowingly beautiful. It really is completely incredible. And it's all thanks to having people like Marcus on board who just care so much about their work and who are just so good at it and so talented. And are pouring so much love and good energy into this building. Gosh, I feel so lucky. So, so lucky.
Bom, então queres começar aqui?
Sim.
Ok.
Okay. Obrigado, Marcus. How old are you, Marcus?
57.
57. Okay. Há quanto tempo trabalho com pedra?
Ui, há já muitos anos, desde 12 anos.
12?
12, 13 anos.
Ok. Gosto do seu trabalho?
Gosto.
Gosto.
A pena, tem mais coisa é de não ter, está a ficar um bocadinho o corpo cansado. Mas gosto de trabalhar na pedra. Gosto muito. É dura, não é? É dura. É como tu disse, ainda há pouco tempo disse.
Sim.
A pedra é como a mulher.
Ok.
Tem que se ter carinho, saber por onde há de pegar, não é? Nós temos que ter um corredor da pedra, não é? Não queremos abrir essa pedra a meio. Temos que olhar que há um correio que ela tem mais fácil de abrir. Então temos que ir para o correio da pedra para ela abrir. Porque se o correio for assim, eu tenho que cortar assim. Mas se for assim, tem que ser daqui.
Yeah.
Para ela sair certinha. Portanto, nós temos quem conhecer, não é? Quem conhecer, a pedra tem uma maneira de se cortar. Se puder cortar com mais facilidade e corta melhor, não é? Agora há a pedra muito mais dura, há a pedra muito mais frágil. Em termos de cantaria é uma pedra muito mais frágil, não é? Para se poder trabalhar. Agora normalmente é tudo com máquinas e à mão pouco se faz. Porque isto também me liberta da solidão. Gosto de trabalhar, gosto de coisa, porque se eu estivesse num trabalho muito preso, não gosto. Gosto, trabalho aqui e vou para outros lados, mas gosto de conhecer, gosto de trabalhar porque eu podia estar em casa, não é? Eu podia estar em casa, mas não estou em casa. É como quando se prende um animal dentro de uma casa que ele não conhece, o local, ele exalta-se e fica zangado, não é? Tira-se, até vai contra as janelas. Eu quase que tenho o mesmo feitio. Não sou assim, mas não gosto de estar parado, não gosto de... Gosto de trabalhar.
O que gosta de fazer fora do trabalho?
O que é que eu faço?
Sim.
Tenho animais em casa,
Ok.
tenho que tratar deles
Yeah.
e tenho que ajudar a esposa e fazer o que puder fazer em casa, não é?
Ok.
Sou um homem que também cozinho,
Sim.
sei fazer cozinhados, se for preciso lavar a louça ou fazer ali um pequeno de limpeza em casa, arranjos de casa, então faço. Tenho muitas galinhas.
Ok.
Tenho galinhas, muita galinha.
Yeah.
Já tive 70 e tal.
Ok.
E tratamos tudo, quintal. Por exemplo, ao sábado, no fim de semana, eu de manhã muitas vezes levanto-me cedo, 6 horas da manhã, e vou para o quintal carregar. E trato de deitar comer aos animais, ou eu ou a minha esposa. Nós não paramos. Só mesmo quando andamos muito cansados é que aproveitamos um pequeno bocadinho de tarde, a sair do almoço e vamos descansar.
Já trabalho no estrangeiro? Sim.
Já trabalhei na Alemanha, na Suíça.
Suíça?
Também estive na Suíça. E andei um ano e qualquer coisa em Espanha.
Mais alguma coisa que queira dizer?
Eu quero dizer muita coisa, eu se calhar queria dizer muita coisa, só que é assim, nós sentimos nós próprios, por exemplo, nós na firma sentimos que, e vimos que não há pessoa a trabalhar nas obras como havia. Não há pessoa, eu, por exemplo,
Thanks, Marcus. Obrigado. Some of the guys that are working with us here on the farm, helping us build this extraordinary project, have had the most interesting, eclectic, busy lives. They deserve a voice, and I'm not saying we're the platform for them to have that voice, but, it's nice to share that knowledge and share those experiences and share that life with other people. And I am deeply proud of the fellas that are working here for us and with us, and I just really hope that you've enjoyed it.
Well, there you have it, guys. We really hope you enjoyed hearing from Marcus as much as we did, and we wanted to take the opportunity to say a huge thank you to him for taking the time out of his day to talk to us. The full interview is over on our Patreon page, and we hope to be able to tell more of these stories in the coming weeks and months. So please let us know if there's anyone in particular that you'd like to hear from. For now, though, let's leave the guys to it, and we'll see you next time for more path laying and stone masterpieces coming to life. We'll see you then. Ciao for now.